Welcome back to the online sessions on AEC. So in today's session, we'll try to discuss about the low frequency analysis of a single stage CE amplifier circuit. Right. So here, whenever we discuss about a low frequency analysis of a single stage CE amplifier, we should discuss the low frequency analysis or something like effect of the coupling capacitor CS and CSCC on the low frequency, and also the bypass capacitor CE on the low frequency. So these are the main point of discussions which we have to make when we discuss about the low frequency analysis of a BJT amplifier circuit. So we have two analysis in the syllabus. One is with BJT, other one is with the FET amplifier. So BJT is a bipolar junction transistor, FET is a field effect type of the transistor. BJT is a current control device and FET is going to be a voltage control device. So both of them are going to produce output current, output as a current, whereas the BJT is going to produce output current based on the input current, and FET is going to produce output current based on the input voltage, and hence BJT can be called as a current controlled current device, and FET is normally called as a voltage controlled current device. So these two are the basic basic transistor devices which we are going to use in our syllabus, right? So in the earlier question paper, there was a previous question paper already. Say this question has been solved and explained for the previous batch students. So let us look into the first unit. Now for the first unit, a question has been asked once: what is the effect of cascading on gain and bandwidth of amplifiers for 2 marks? When it is asked for 2 marks, write answer only related to 2 marks. Don't write it for 1 page or 2 page answers. So maximum try to have 4 points to speak about cascading on gain and bandwidth of the amplifiers. 2 points on gain, 2 points on the bandwidth of an amplifier. You are supposed to write for the in the examination point of view. And 11th question has been asked as a long answer question on unit number 1. So evaluate the effects of coupling capacitor and emitter bypass capacitor on a low frequency response of single stage RC coupled BJT amplifier. This is the question. So what is the question now? See, in the entire AEC subject, we will be having analysis. 70% will be having analysis. Only 30% will be having theoretical questions. So therefore, you have to practice more on this AEC subject. There is no other go for you people to practice the AEC subject because it involves mathematics. The mathematics here involved is going to be the circuit analysis. So you have to compulsorily analyze the circuit. So to analyze the circuit, you have to compulsorily practice. The problem with AEC in the exam is that you never get time to perform such analysis in the end examinations. That means you have to analyze the electronic circuits in the exam at very faster rate. So the better you practice, the more you practice, the faster you can really complete your task in the end examination. So you have to practice very, very well. So something like it is something like driving a bike. When you really know, when you drive the bike many times on the complicated roads which have got very high traffic many times, then you can really pass the test of driving the vehicle in a very traffic highways. Something like that here. The more you practice this AEC subject, the better you can perform in the end examinations because it involves a lot of practice. So if you are not practicing, definitely you are not going to do well in the end exam. So please start practicing whatever is happening in the class on the day itself. Okay, so today I'm going to cover some of the concepts now. So try to practice, keep a separate notes and try to go on practice the sessions. Okay, so 11th question is evaluate the effects of coupling capacitors. What are the coupling capacitors we have? We have two coupling capacitors. One is known as the collector coupling capacitor CC. Another one is going to be the source coupling capacitor CS. So CS is the source coupling capacitor, CC is the collector coupling capacitor. And next one is going to be emitter bypass capacitor called CE on low frequency response of single stage RC coupled BJT amplifier. So on BJT amplifier, how the effect is going to be there? That is what the main point of discussion for us. Okay. So let us try to solve these two things for the today's session. So first we'll complete first question, effect of cascading on bandwidth and gain of an amplifier circuit. So here effect of cascading on bandwidth and gain. What is nothing but cascading? When you connect one transistor following to the other transistor, we normally call that as a cascading of the amplifiers. Now there are two types of multi-stage amplifiers. One is going to be cascade amplifier stage, or one more is going to be called as a cascode type of the amplifier. Cascade means what? When you interconnect amplifiers of similar type, then that is called as cascading type. In cascading, we interconnect only either CE, only either CB, or only either CC amplifiers. You may have more than one CE stages, or you may have more than two CB stages, or you may have more than two CC stages. That is known as cascading of the amplifiers. Then one more type is going to be called as cascode type of amplifier. In cascode type, we normally interconnect amplifiers of different types. What does it mean? It means that in cascoding type, we interconnect CE with CB. We interconnect combinations of CE, CB, and CC. So all of them simply comes under the cascode type of the amplifier stages. So the question asked is effect of cascading on bandwidth and gain. So cascading means it is going to be called as a multi-stage amplifier of similar type of amplifiers, right? That is called cascade type. Now two things are going to happen. Now why we go for cascading? We go for cascading to increase gain of the amplifier. Please remember, it is something like the number of bogies connected to the train engine. So why we have to increase the number of bogies to the train engine? To increase the capacity of the train. So in the case of amplifier, what is the job of an amplifier? The job of an amplifier is to amplify the input signal. That is the main purpose of an amplifier. It has to increase, the amplifier has to increase the strength of the input signal. If the strength of the input signal of an amplifier is not sufficient enough, then what we have to do? Simply we interconnect another amplifier of similar type, okay, or we increase several amplifier stages following to the present amplifier to increase gain of the amplifier. That means cascading is normally used to increase the gain of the amplifier. So up to how long we can increase the gain? Up to the level the amplifier reaches to its saturation. So the gain increases up to the saturation level. Okay, until that time we normally going to go on connect the cascading stages. So what is the result? What is the effect of cascading and gain? The gain of an amplifier, which is nothing but total gain of the amplifier, will be definitely gain greater than gain of the single stage amplifier. Then as the gain increases, what will happen? Its bandwidth is normally going to decrease with respect to the single stage amplifier. Okay, with respect to the single stage amplifier, so that the gain bandwidth product is always going to remain constant. So in the exam, what you have to do? First point, effect of cascading on bandwidth is going to be what? The bandwidth with cascading decreases with single stage amplifier. So how do we represent pictorially? We represent pictorially something like this. See, this is what the frequency response of an amplifier. So just simply draw one graph which is going to be gain with gain of the amplifier without cascading. So with cascading, what happens? This bandwidth has to decrease, but gain has to increase. So simply you're normally going to draw an amplifier with increased gain and with increased gain and reduced bandwidth. Then you can just simply enumerate both these two things, which is going to be the effects of the cascading with amplifier. Now with respect to gain, what is the expression becomes now? The expression with respect to gain of an amplifier also you can able to write. So the bandwidth has to increase. Bandwidth has to increase means what? the total bandwidth is nothing but equal to, it has to decrease by 1 by 1 plus a beta. Whenever the bandwidth increases, you have to multiply. Whenever we say that something is decreasing, we always put an equation as, and anyway we discuss all these things in the analysis part more in detail in the next further sessions. So the bandwidth, we can, total bandwidth is decreased means what? We simply write bandwidth total is equal to bandwidth of single stage by 1 plus a beta. Here gain is going to increase means what? We'll simply write total gain back, total gain of the cascade amplifier is equal to gain with single stage amplifier multiply by 1 plus a beta below. That means whenever something is increasing in amplifier stages, we increase by 1 plus a beta, which is known as sensitivity. 1 plus a beta is known as sensitivity of an amplifier stage. Whenever something is decreasing in amplifier, we simply divided it by 1 plus a beta. Note down these two distinctions here. So simply write down these 4 points. One point is this representation followed by the mathematical equation, and graphically you show the differences, and gain also you show mathematical equation also with respect to the graphical representation. So thereby we normally going to get 4 marks for this particular type of the question. And next question will attack now effect of cascading, or effect of that means effect of coupling capacitors on cascading. So long answer question has been given. The question is going to be evaluate the effects of coupling capacitors known as CC and CS and CE on low frequency response of RC coupled BJT amplifier. So the question given is for RC coupled BJT amplifier. RC coupled means what? You should connect one more, instead of load resistance, you connect one more CE amplifier. You connect one more CE amplifier starting from R1, R2. That means starting from biasing circuit, connect one more amplifier, followed by the output is connected to the load. This is for single stage. Actually, this is the effect of coupling capacitors, effect of the coupling capacitors on single stage amplifier has been given in this example. But the question is asked for the RC coupled amplifier. So you can just simply perform the same analysis for RC coupled amplifier, except that you take this as an assignment for the RC coupled amplifier. This question has been solved for the single stage RC coupled amplifier. That means effect of coupling capacitors in CE on low frequency response of single stage BJT amplifier has been explained here. So what I want you to do as an assignment, as for the same question as RC coupled BJT amplifier. Okay. So once if you know the how to evaluate the effects of coupling capacitors and CE on the low frequency response of single stage, you can easily extend this for RC coupled amplifier also. So in RC coupled amplifier, what is the circuit you're going to have? That is an important thing. So instead of load resistance RL, start from this R1, R2 circuit and write down draw the same circuit following to CC. That means after CC, draw the same circuits starting from R1, R2 up to RL. Then it simply becomes the RC coupled amplifier for us. That's all, except that no other changes is going to be there. And apart from that, you should have other small changes. The changes here is going to be, instead of Ri, you please write down Ri dash. Ri dash is going to be the effective input impedance by considering the second stage also. That is called Ri. But the resultant expressions are going to be same, both for single stage as well as for RC coupled stage. And the next one is going to be at CC stage. At CC stage also, what we can have is, I'll just explain here for CC stage as well. So effect of CC, for effect of CC, what we can have? Effect of CC, we can write this RL going to be as RL dash. So this RL dash becomes equal to the parallel combination of what? the load resistance RL, RB, and the input resistance of the second stage. RB of the second stage, input resistance second stage, and RL, which is the load resistance. So all of them is going to be called as Ri dash we go to write. So except that the entire analysis remains to be same for us. So when it is going to be a generalized expression, the expression is going to be exactly same as a single stage analysis. So once if you know the analysis for single stage, you can simply repeat the same process for the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Okay, well, so here in this example, even though the question is asked on the two-stage RC coupled amplifier, RC coupled single stage RC coupled amplifier, meaning is same. So, but here we are doing this analysis for single stage amplifier circuit. Okay, let us attack the problem now. First of all, we go with effect of coupling capacitor CC and CS. So, case one we can have is effect of CS and CC. So, first of all, go with effect of CS on the frequency response of the amplifier stage. Okay. That means here this particular thing has been drawn this entire stage which I have shown in the dotted line has to be coupled with the first stage, has to be coupled with the first stage after CC in order to get the RC coupled amplifier. So for that purpose I gave you this as a dotted section. You can extend it like that. Okay. Now this entire circuit for a single stage, what I can draw it here as, this entire stage I can draw it as an amplifier now. So I can replace this entire stage with the input resistance as Ri. So therefore, what I can write, overall gain of the amplifier is going to be, now this Vi can be treated as the input resistance of the second stage. Okay. Our output, sorry, input voltage of second stage. Ri is the input resistance and Vi is the input resistance of the second stage. Our output, sorry, Vi is the input voltage of the second stage, or I can say output voltage of the first stage. So here we have to derive the expression for the frequency and gain of the amplifier in this analysis. So therefore I can write the overall gain of the amplifier as going to be Vi by Vs, or something like, you know, V naught by Vs. Okay. So the equivalent circuit I can draw it like this. By replacing the entire amplifier with Ri, I can write the equivalent resistance where Vi is turns out to be the input voltage across the terminals of the amplifier. So we'll take KVL on this. Once we take KVL on this, or otherwise we can just find out the voltage across across input terminals of the amplifier as Vi. Vi is equal to total current flowing through the circuit into Ri, because it is the voltage drop across Ri. Therefore, Ia into Ri. Now we apply KVL to the input loop. In the input loop, we have Vs, Rs, Cs, and Ri. And the current flowing through this can be taken as something like Ii or I. So I can write Vs is equal to now I into Rs minus J into XCS. XCS is the reactance of capacitor, which is nothing but the source capacitor, source coupling capacitor, plus I into Ri. So where the reactance XCS is equal to 1 by omega is general formula. So omega is nothing but is equal to 2 pi f. C is nothing but is equal to Cs for us. Okay. Now this equation I can expand here as something like, if I take I as common, Rs plus Ri minus J into XCS is equal to Vs. Therefore, I can write I is equal to Vs by this entire factor. So I can call this as equation number 3. This particular relation is going to be 2. So we'll substitute 3 in equation 1 because I got I, this I substitute here. So once I substitute here I'll be writing this equation as in terms of Vi by Vs is equal to this equation I can have. So this I can put as equation number 4. So as equation 4 as J component. See this J. What is this J really represent? It represents the complex. It makes the equation as complex equation. So J is nothing but the complex component where gain and phase vary with respect to frequency. So this gain is, from this equation I can say this gain is varying with respect to frequency. If this factor is 0, Ri is constant, Rs is constant, then gain becomes almost all constant. Because of J, what happens? The gain is going to become variable. Let us find out the gain equation now. So Vi by Vs is going to be this one. So we'll substitute equation 2 in 4. Equation 2 is this. XCS I replaced with 1 by 2 pi f into Cs. So equation 4 is this. This is the 4 equation. Let us substitute 2 in 4. So 2 means XCS is equal to 1 by 2 pi f into Cs. So we'll take common as something like from this equation Ri plus Rs is taken as common. So I can write this as 1 minus J by 2 pi f into Cs into Ri plus Rs. So this entire term Ri by Ri plus Rs is independent of frequency. There is no J term, J component frequency is there. So it is independent of frequency. So I can substitute this particular factor Ri by Ri plus Rs as AB midband. Therefore, I can write this as VA by VS is equal to this factor. And this is the equation I get. I can put this equation number as 4. And angle theta I can write as equal to tan inverse of B by A general formula. So this angle I can write as equal to what? Tan inverse B by A. So tan inverse of B is nothing but 1 by 2 pi F into Cs Ri plus Rs. Okay. Is the relation I'm going to have here. So angle theta is numerator minus denominator. So numerator factor is going to be a constant. Denominator you're going to have this in this equation. So I'm going to write this equation something like this. So therefore I'm going to get angle theta, which is nothing but phase. So for maximum power transfer theorem, we know now this relation is very important. For maximum power transfer to take place, Ri should be equal to the rest of the resistance. What is Ri? Ri is the input resistance. See, for a maximum power transfer, whatever the current supplied by this Vs should be transmitted into Ri. For this to happen, the reactance of this Rs plus Cs should be equal to the reactance of Ri. Then only the maximum power transfer is going to take place. That is what we are putting over here. So for maximum power transfer, we'll write Ri is equal to Rs minus J X into Cs. Which means what? The reactance, this is nothing but entire thing is reactance is equal to resistance, input resistance of the transistor circuit. So therefore I can write reactance should be equal to Ri plus Rs in general I can write. So as what happens, XCS changes, F is also going to change for us. So this is the relation we can have now. So therefore I can write this as something like 1 by 2 pi F into Cs. F I can replace as FLS. At F is equal to FLS, I get the lower cutoff frequency. Thereby I can write this as equal to, now from this relationship I can write reactance is equal to Ri plus Rs. So reactance is nothing but is equal to 1 by 2 pi FCS is the formula we have to replace. So this F becomes equal to FLS. So when FLS is equal to Fs, then what I can have now? Then I can write this equation. Okay. So from this I can write FLS is equal to FLS. I'll take out to this side. This factor will come over here. This becomes equal to FLS. Then we substitute here in the above equation FLS as this. So therefore the resultant equation for the gain becomes equal to AV midband by under root of 1 plus. See, once you substitute this 1 by 2 pi Cs into Ri plus Rs is nothing but FLS. So this entire thing is FLS. Therefore, FLS by remaining F remains as it is here. So F I'll write. So Rest of the equation remains as it is. Whole square remains as it is. Whole square under root remains as it is under root. So finally, I can write this equation as something like this. Or this FLS is known as the lower cutoff frequency. I can write this as F1. So if F is equal to 0, F is equal to 0, what is the reactance I'll get now? Reactance is going to be infinity. So if reactance is infinity, this factor becomes equal to 1 now. So therefore under root 2 I'll be getting here. So this reactance becomes is equal to infinity. If reactance is going to become is equal to infinity, what is F I'll be getting? The F I'll be getting as something like, so see here, if F is equal to 0 at DC, reactance is equal to infinity, because reactance is normally going to support with inversely proportional to F. As F becomes 0, 1 by 0 is nothing but equal to infinity. Okay. So reactance is infinity. So once the reactance is infinity, that means if F is equal to 0, something by 0 is infinity. So AV midband by infinity is nothing but 0. That means overall gain becomes equal to 0. So in terms of circuit, if you see reactance is infinity, the capacitor is replaced by an open circuit. When it is open circuit, no input signal is transmitted to the output circuit. Therefore, output voltage becomes equal to 0. So 0 by something, what is gain? Output by input, 0 by something is equal to 0 for us. So therefore, the gain becomes equal to 0 at a DC. Now, next, at F is equal to FLS, these two become same. Then becomes 1. So under root of 1 plus 1, that is root 2 I'll get. So 1 by root 2. So gain will simply decrease by 1 by root 2. So therefore the gain is decreasing here 1 by root 2. That means at lower cutoff frequency, we are getting a gain at 1 by root 2 times AB midband. Next, for a dB value, we applied 20 log of AB midband. So 20 log of AB midband is going to be, under root we're going to have. So finally we get minus 3 dB as the 3 dB gain we get. The next, effect of CC. What is effect of CC? Let us look into here now. Effect of CC, R0 is the output impedance of a network when the source voltage is equal to 0. So we make intentionally source voltage 0 to find our output impedance, where this R0 becomes approximated to R0, small R0 in parallel with RC. And we'll write equivalent circuit as something like this. So before CC, you're going to have RC, and internal resistance is going to be called as R0, and RL is the load resistance. So all this is going to be true when Vs is equal to 0. So therefore, when Vs is not is equal to 0, we replace transistor by its equivalent model as this is the equivalent H parameter model for approximate model, and which is normally going to be equated to, now this is nothing but a constant current source. We replace this HFE-IB as a constant current source. Thereby I can write this. I can write this as something like current source as I, which is nothing but equal to HFE-IB with R0. Okay, R0 is replaced with what? Parallel combination of small R0 into capital RC and CC RL. Now we convert this current source. Current source symbol represented with the parallel combination of R0 is known as current source. So we replace this current source with a voltage source. Simply we multiply current with a resistance, then we get a voltage source, and the resistance, internal resistance of voltage source remains as it is as R0. So that's going to be R0 for us here over here. So thereby we get an equivalent circuit like this transformed into voltage source, and we call this voltage source as something like V dash. Then we apply, we have to find out output voltage. So V0 is equal to I1 into RL. So it is a voltage across the load resistance. So we can write here as, if you apply KVL to this loop, what I can get now, V dash minus I1 into R0 plus RL minus J into XLCC, J into XCC I can write. So therefore, I can write here as I1. From this relationship, I can find out V naught is equal to I1. What is I1 from this? I1 is equal to simply V dash by all this factor. So V dash by all this factor into RL is nothing but V naught. Okay, and we replace this Cc with its equivalent reactance as 1 by 2 pi Fc into all this factor. I can just simply write, and I can solve this equation similar to that. Similarly, we'll be solving this, and I'll be getting this equation after solving something like this. AB midband by all this. So AB midband is as it is. We can have AB midband as in the previous case. So I can write the output circuit something like this: R naught, Cc, and RL. For maximum power transfer, this XCC, that means reactance of capacitor, should be equivalent to R naught plus RL. So FLC is equal to 1 by 2 pi CC into R naught plus RL. I can substitute, then I can simply substitute this in this equation, and finally I'll be getting similar to the previous analysis. I'll be getting this relationship. So at FLC is equal to F, once again I'll be getting 1 by root 2 times AB midband as the gain due to the CC capacitor. Okay. So if frequency is equal to 0, reactance is 0, then therefore the gain is also going to become equal to 0. So therefore, this is the frequency response analysis for the midband gain. Okay. This is the, sorry, at the low frequency gain. So at low cutoff frequency, this is the gain of the amplifier. That means if you observe carefully, the gain of the amplifier at lower cutoff frequency is nothing but is equal to 1 by root 2 times the midband gain. This is the effect of CC as well as CS amplifier. This is the effect of CC is same we have got, and effect of CS also going to be same that we have got in the previous class. See, this is effect of CS capacitor is going to be same. Effect of CC gain is going to be same, which is going to be 1 by root 2 times the mid-band gain for us. That means we'll be coming down the gain by minus 3 dB than the mid-band gain in the case of this particular effect of CS and CC amplifiers on the low frequency range of the frequency response of the single stage CE amplifier. So these are the expressions which we have got, and in the exam also you have to solve these generalized equations whenever a question has been asked to evaluate. Okay, so thank you very much for today's session. In the next section we continue our discussion of computing the lower cutoff frequency with respect to with respect to the CE capacitor. Thank you very much for the today's session.